Messieurs, we've now been playing for 4 hours. It's time for a short break. We will resume play in 1 hour.
Send the barman over, please.
PMQ, das Schweizer Lifestyle Magazine. Fashion, Music, Movies, Legal Life and Society und vieles mehr.
My feeling when I did my first movie was frustration because I thought I knew everything about it and I didn't know anything about it. This was a short film that was my first appearance on the screen. I mean, before with Sansonic we did a lot of music videos, but playing a character for a fiction, that was the first time. And when you're on set, there's so many technical problems, you know. You need to think about the light, about your position, about the frame. All these things, I didn't know about it. I did some theater before, but being on set is extremely different. But then when I saw the result and the magics you can do with editing and color correction and all these things, I was pretty happy about the result. I did a movie with an Iranian director, Ali Ahmadzadeh, and we did a one-shot scene which is 8 minutes long. It's incredible. It's a fight between me and my girlfriend in an apartment. And the camera is following us in the whole apartment and we beating to each other. So when you have one shot, with one camera that goes all the way to the end of the scene, you cannot cheat. You have to be as real as possible. So when she was slapping my face, she was not doing it the Hollywood way, meaning not even touching me. She was slapping my face for real. And there were a lot of slaps. And this whole scene goes crazier and crazier and crazier until the moment where I kill her. And it was extremely intense. I think we did it like 7 times. I had bruises everywhere in my body because we fight. She had bruises everywhere in her body. But we managed to have this one shot, 8-minute scene of craziness between 2 persons who love and hate each other. And that ends in a passion crime. It's amazing. I think for me the most emotional character I had to play in my life was in a movie called Grace, directed by my wife. And I had to play a cerebral palsy character. So he's an handicapped. He has a deficiency in his brain and in his body.
I stay here! Please! Via, this is your ticket for the concert.
So for me, I really wanted to honor these people. So I spent 3 weeks in a sort of center for handicapped people. And what I didn't know is that in that center, it's in Los Angeles, these handicapped people were learning how to act. So for me, it was very arrogant to come here, look at them, to try to understand how they behave, and telling them, well, they take me for a movie where I'm gonna play the handicap. And these guys were learning acting. So it was almost as if I was stealing them their job. So I try to be as discreet as possible amongst them, and I looked at their behavior all the time. It's very subtle how you can be into something that it's too much and something that is not enough. And at the end, when we finished the movie, we showed the film in that center, and they were all present. And I was so happy. Some of them, not all of them, some were jealous and or like they were angry. And I can understand that they were angry, but some of them came to me and was, oh man, really, you did a fantastic job. So this is kind of a really emotional moment for me. In America, the good thing for me is they not only cast me for French roles, they also cast me for Latino roles. I am not the typical Latino gangster because I can't, because they really have like stronger faces than I do. But I can definitely go with intellectual Latino or sophisticated Latino or kind of Latin lover or this kind of thing. So for me, it's a plus because my mother tongue is Spanish, and I can also do the Spanish accent when I speak in English. So that is perfect for me. You have kind of two different fields. There's the fame field, which is attracting a lot of people, and there's the art field. So if someone is too much attracted by the fame field, he's not gonna go through the art field enough to get to the fame field. Or if he manages to go to the fame field, he's not gonna stay there a very long time. Andy Warhol was saying, in the future, we will all be stars for 15 minutes in our lives. And it's true today with the social networks, with everything, people really want to be in front of the cameras, under the flashlights. But they have a tendency to forget that cinema and acting is an art. And it's actually a craft that you have to work every day. And you need to be passionate about it because trust me, the moments in your life where you're gonna be desperate, where things are not gonna happen the way you want them to happen, the distance between being here in the art field and getting to the fame field, it can be a very long distance. And sometimes if you really wanna go there, you're gonna be like, this is never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. So if you don't have your heart beating for the art field, if you're not passionate about acting, if you don't go through Shakespeare, Pinter, whatever, great stuff, the real material, don't expect to go to the fame field. And be ready to work. There's a lot of actors out there. A lot of people are talented today because we know the vocabulary of cinema because we were born watching movies. So we know that, okay, I can be the bad guy, or I can be the mafioso, or I can be the lover, or whatever. But what we don't know is how to put ourselves, our fantastic, unique person that we are, into these characters. And the only way to know how to do this is to work your craft, your art. So I would definitely recommend the young people to be passionate. And in terms to be passionate is, I think the best, it's not to watch only Captain America and Spider-Man, but to try to go into real movies, like great stuff, go see theater, read poetry, read acting technique books. There's so many techniques, and slowly you're going to be passionate about it because it's so interesting. It's actually very interesting. I can tell you, being on a red carpet is not interesting. There's nothing. What's going on? Oh, you take pictures of me? Do I have to smile? Oh, there's a little beautiful chick. Do I have to take her to be beautiful? I mean, it's great. It's part of the job, right? But this is not this is not bringing you any passion. When you start to understand that when you're an actor, your work is to understand human beings and their beautiful differences, and you work on that. You need to become another human being, and in terms to become another human being, you need to understand him. This is what I call anthropology, sociology. It's so interesting, much more than the red carpet. I would recommend people to go for it as much as they can, as deep as you can. And when the director says, okay, this is the end of the day, just get rid of it. I don't think it will affect you that much if you're a balanced person. There is a thin line between insanity and being a normal person, balanced person. And sometimes acting can bring you into this insanity thing. But I think you can feel it if you go too far, and you can just like, whoa, now I need to take a break. I used to play a serial killer in a TV show in Spain. This was for 4 years. And the guy was killing kids. But this guy was the main villain in a very famous TV show in Spain. And the people at the beginning, when I was walking in the street, people were really looking at me like with hate and fear. But slowly this character became so important in the TV series because I brought the background of this character, why this guy was doing this. So somehow, and you don't know, it's crazy, people started to connect with him. This demon, this evil character became somehow kind of a sympathetic, empathic person. And I think this is the work of the actor. You cannot judge the character you're gonna play. You can just defend him.